Hey guys, welcome back to another trade breakdown. It's 10th of October, 2023. Um, Another excellent session today. Just really enjoying how the price action's just been so clean lately. Um, I gotta do this and Zoom thing. Let me just check that. So, three trades taken in this session. We had a really nice breakout long. Unfortunately, didn't hold that, and then I took two counter trend scalps, really short time frame. But I'll run through what I was looking for initially. So what I was planning some sells initially when the first 30 minutes of this Frankfurt Open candle was printing, because you can see like it pushed down quite strongly, like 40 odd pips. And I was planning where price might be able to come back a little bit and then push down. But then what happened in the next 30 minutes before the London Open, we got quite a bit of bullish pressure. So we had the first 15-minute candle and then the second 15-minute candle. So by that stage, I was like, oh, given this volume, had to switch bias. So what price had been doing quite regularly this week and last week, and at how just a characteristic of GER40 is it'll often like break the high, do a little pullback to leftover liquidity, and then you'll get that same sort of momentum following these two candles here. So initial pathway was planning this move. And then once we could get above here, that was going to be pretty comfortable buys, trading up to 15,280, back up to this zone. This area was what got rejected yesterday. So I thought, we'll do a daily wick fill pretty comfortably. Back up to here. This is the New York high. Oh no, sorry, not daily wick fill yesterday. The day before, on Friday. So do a daily wick fill, and then above here we could probably look for some longs. But it actually pumped quite a bit, so I kind of missed these longs and actually just took some scalp sells. Not much I could do. Can't rewind time and take trades that I missed. I only can just adapt to what was the next available move, and that was two counter trend areas. So looking over to the left, why do I have some specific zones here? Let me just clear these arrows. I had this candle here, 45-minute. You can see like my little annotation, 45 minutes, no top wick. So I'll show you that's this area. Oh, it's just moved down a little bit. I can just adjust it right there. 45-minute, no top wick. So this is definitely liquidity hit here, but we've got clean candles now. So you can see quite a comfortable push up. Then if I go to the 1 hour chart, what was quite interesting was if we can continue pushing up higher, it was was it this one? No, it must have been a 30-minute. My bad. Yeah, there we go. So go to the 30-minute time frame. So see this liquidity wick. So if we saw some price action to reject this area, this wick here, then we can do a counter sell. Failing this one, it could push up to this next one. As you can see, this is another liquidity wick, took the high, the doji, and then dropped. So we've got like a whole bunch of like little zones here. And then this pump candle, the bullish candle, followed by a bearish candle. This is that 1 hour doji. Sorry, 1 hour, oh, kind of is a doji, but this 1 hour liquidity wick broke the high of the candle to the left, closed, didn't close bearish, but closed underneath the high, showing that it picked liquidity, and then it confirmed the liquidity was picked up because we had a drop off afterwards. So these were the zones I was looking to see reactions. So let's just go to our chart. 5-minute chart, no, 3-minute chart. 3-minute chart's good. That's usually the entry time frame. Now, with this price pushing up like so, I was hoping it was going to pull back, and then we can get an entry and then go along. But what actually happened is it just did the opposite. It just clicked down only a tiny bit and then started pushing up. So I had to realize that as price, probably better indicate on the 1 minute, because the first minute it was pausing a little bit. You can see the first minute sort of wicked, up, then down a little bit, then back up. And then the next minute, and it was on this one that I entered that buy from around 15 to 60-ish, okay, as it was pushing up, just understanding that price probably isn't going to come back now. It already did the wick fill over here, and there's just so much bullish pressure given how the last 30 minutes of the Frankfurt Open was closing. So I managed to take it, pushed up, and then closed pretty much full at 15 to 80 to 15 to 84, more or less. It was 20 pips by the time I got into here. And then, yeah, that was the trade. You know, that was the first trade done. It was something like this, more or less. And then I was expecting it to then come back down because the 1 minute had actually left no bottom wick. So I thought, oh, well, I'd like to close here because I know it can come back still to 50% of the euro before we find that bullish pressure. That's what often happens. Not always, but often. This time it actually didn't. It just continued to power higher. Okay, so really bullish. Then what we looked for was some sells because I realized, oh, well, can't keep going up forever. Now, as soon as we get to these zones, what I want to see, this is when we switched. I want to look for rejection wicks. This is not a rejection candle. Didn't wick higher. This one isn't a rejection wick. Didn't wick higher. This one isn't. Came back to the no wick candle. So at this stage, this little counter trend opportunity was done. Then price started pushing bullish. So it didn't give me an entry. So then as it continued higher, had to just reassess. So as we pushed up, waiting for something to reject. Okay. Price starting to reject. First rejection candle inside of that zone to the left, which was a decent little one. Then it made sense that if we can get a rejection up here, we can push back down. And I said, if you want 10 pips, enter a sell around here. That's what I said. So the entry was something like this. Something like that. And then just took a quick one. So price came up. Okay. Wicked higher. Took a couple of minutes. Then price hit. Closed full because we're fighting a lot of bullish pressure. Can leave a little runner if we just happen to get the high. But when you've got that much pressure, it's unlikely. So then price continued, got to the next zone, and then same deal. This 1 minute candle, was it here? Yeah, I think that was about here. Looking for price to get up to this point. Rejection wick, price could push down. Price came up, and then I wanted to see a second because one's not enough. Generally, you want to anticipate a second. So we're just waiting to make sure that nothing breaks this high. This one here. Didn't want to make sure that nothing broke that high, but give a rejection wick. So this is kind of the second one, rejecting this wick. Not great though. It's not convincing. So we just got to wait a little bit more. Okay, broke the high. Nothing to trade. Let's wait again. Okay, now it's in this zone. First rejection wick. Price pushing down. Second rejection wick. Price pushing down. Price coming up a little bit. And then it was at this point, after these candles rejected, took a second little trade. Got in more or less here. Stops. Just to target 15 pips, which was 53 right there. What gives me a bit more confidence about these trades is when you have price leaving with very little bottom wicks up, because price will often come back and collect these zones. So for counter trend opportunity, kind of makes sense, right? You just got to wait for rejection wicks. So this was the trade. Then price took target. That was it. Close full. Just take your 15 pips, leave a runner, see if we can get the high of the day. But you're fighting a bullish trend. So take your money, close your trades, take the profit, and then you'll be just fine. Okay. Well, there were the 3 trades for today. Another good day. Looking forward to tomorrow's London session. So make sure you give the video some love. Hit the subscribe button, join the free Discord, check out the website, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.